Welcome to the spooky spider side quest of Aramos Prime. We're playing Factorio Space Age. We are learning about the mod planet Aramos Prime by playing the mod planet Aramos Prime. We've got some, tiny little resource patches that are not very good, but that's okay. We've got this little bit of smelting. We've got these holes on the map where the arachnids spawn and attack us. And we built this, like, pretty garbage little mall thing. We are in the position of being able to accomplish this mission to discover technology. I think this probably unlocks the technology and then we research it. Unclear, but we're not going to do that yet because we can also automate into this here belt a pile of stuff to take with us to the next area, which I think is going to be pretty important. Yeah, we're also researching Vulcanus. Is that all the planet discovery we've done? That is all the planet discovery we've done. Okay, sure. Kick the destroyer into the queue. I don't even know that we fully automated military science on Novus, but also whatever, not even concerned about it. Yeah, we want to convert. Oh wait, let's talk about space first. Yeah, this is technically episode 5. Oh, we've got some spiders turning up. These are very Klendathu coded spiders. If we can get in close to these, they are called arachnids, but they make Starship Troopers noises, they have Starship Troopers explosions, that's kind of fine. Yeah, we want to get out of here. This is a wave defense kind of planet. They will keep spawning until we leave. There was some messages in the console that said when we leave, this area will no longer be attacked. So I think we don't want to be in that to try and move around. We probably want to try and get done here as soon as possible and move on. This is episode 5. In the first couple of episodes we did pretty normal space age stuff, building Novus out, and then also bringing this. I wanted to bring you back to Aramos Prime to drop some basic stuff to demonstrate a thing. And yeah, this is the ship we built last time. It's doing our space science. It's currently wandering backwards and forwards. We've got some gun turrets on it. We've got some full tanks, some nearly full tanks of fuel. This is a nice little ship. It's going to do what we want. The materials we've requested are arriving on the planet and exploding. We can't do anything with that. So we had to build all of this from scratch, which started with mining some of this iron by hand, and then also, I think we just want to start automating these things and getting out of here. I think this will end up being a fixed seed adventure based on the destroyed components that were here when we got here. So we've got, enough coal for quite a while, probably. We've actually done all the research. I think we're just going to stop doing research. Let's get. We didn't automate purple science on, actually, refined explosives. If we have 500 science sitting around, and then 6 will be pretty big, because I do like a grenade. I hope we get to keep our 220 grenades as we move to the next area. But what do we want to automate into the next area? I think we want. Okay, let's start thinking about mining drills first, of which I do not have enough mining drills. Cool. Give me all of these things and start making. In fact, if we are going into a new area, we should start by having a whole lot of mining drills to build, and then I think also a whole pile of inserters. Let's not be making gears. We do want to get out of here pretty quickly if we can. I think we are pretty happy leaving all the bullets here, but then I think this belt is just going to be the thing that wanders straight over to the next area, and we're not even going to worry about it. Grenades, I think we get rid of all of the grenade production. I think we mostly move. I think we mostly move the iron to the next area as iron. So this will all continue to buffer, which is nice. Do we want fast inserters? We probably want. Okay, we are going to want to be able to unpack all of this. It's going to be pretty important. Which means we don't need these belts. Here's Do we want to automate? Yeah, I don't think we want to automate wall anymore. I think we want to move stone bricks over to the new area. And yeah, we are encouraged to do this with some degree of pace, because everything will just get worse as we... You know what? Why not? Yeah, everything will just continue to get worse as the bug attacks get worse, as we figure out what it is we want to move from place to place. I think we're also going to, yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to disappear. I think we are going to downgrade some of these gears to normal assemblers. I don't think we make belt. Do we even... I don't even think we make gears here. I think we probably want ammunition. I think the copper we can have some of it. I think copper we are going to move. Yeah, we're going to try to move copper over as plates. I think we can also have a pile of coal here that we collect that goes on, because all of these are non-mixed. Yes. And then there's a bit of extra... I don't think I care about this couple of hundred iron in the middle, and then this other row down here. If we're going to make one assembler's worth of coils for chips, because we don't know what else we want this copper to do, I think we can also just straight up mixed mine all of this copper. Here's coal. I don't want coal, but if we did something like this... One of these guys... Yeah, it's not going to work, is it? Where can we get... Because I would like to... Okay, I guess we're going to do it this way. That will eventually mine everything. Not that. Number 2. This number 2. Yeah, and I don't really mind if all of this backs up. How many miners is that? 15. This is actually a full belt of stuff. We could have... Yeah, I think we're just going to not worry about that. I think we want to pull this back to one assembler on coils. Yeah, one of the interesting things about this planet that I don't know that there's going to be all that much we can do about is there isn't any music here. That is... So one of the things Space Age does as just a game is there's different music for each planet, but the consequence of that here is that because we're on a different planet, we have new music. I think we also want to cut this down to 2 steel, but we do permanently want 2 steel. I think we run this in, I think we turn these guys around, and that's going to be the belt of stuff we export. So we get some green chips. In fact, the green chips could go here. The green chips could go over here and make all of this easier. I am hoping that we get to take everything we want to the next area. Is this gonna... This is not gonna work, because we are not going to have... And then all of this we can make simpler as well, I guess. Yeah. We are not going to... Those assemblers are going to run... Assemblers? Furnaces are going to run out of fuel if they were trying to make steel there. Whereas we can go here and here, and then have an inserter that just looks for coal. Here like so, and then both of these guys can go in and out. This one is just going to be able to grab... In fact, let's give you a long-handed inserter so we can grab the fuel from elsewhere. We want to go in and out here. This is going to be pretty silly. Double inserter here. Yeah, all of this is going to back up, which is fine. Can we please continue to make... Yeah, a couple more of these. Do I want more furnaces? I think in the next area we are continuing to do furnace things, so I think we do all of that. Yeah, whatever. And then we were talking ourselves into figuring out how to automate some stone into the next area, because... Yeah, I think we still want to be taking a whole bunch of stuff into the next area if we can, but then also figuring out the extent to which we process this stuff out is one of the ongoing questions. Can we? No, there's no way to power all of those things here. Okay, so also, how many is this? 16, that's quite a few. I don't think we worry about that. I think we just bring this through here. Can we... that was on levy. This is not necessarily what I expected. I thought we had... I guess we're just not making ammunition fast enough. Super interesting. Are we okay? Maybe we're okay. You know what? We're just going to leave that on pause thrust. It's falling back towards Navis. We do have the walls destroying the asteroids, but we also... Oh no, we definitely have enough stuff. We are just not going to worry about it because, yeah, other things you might notice about this area, we can't import any resources. We cannot... Oh yeah, this box was the thing we were experimenting with last time. We cannot experiment with any resources, and we also are in the situation that we cannot leave the planet until we build... Yeah, until we figure out how to get out of here and... build a silo via whatever the mod gives us. And I've noticed there's a little more copper over here, and we're going to miss out on 18 copper, no big deal. Yeah, we want to... I guess here is a place that... Actually, that's not a place that we can go. We can go here. Because I don't think we need all that much stone, but some amount of stone will be a helpful thing. I think we are done. Is there anything else? Okay, we're going to drop a couple of... Yeah, we're going to drop a couple of... I don't even think we worry about all of that. We're going to drop a couple of grenades, and we're actually going to need more gun turrets. Not having all that many gun turrets is going to be interesting, but we've got some power poles. I think we've got everything we need here to call this base done. And yeah, this belt will hopefully eventually unclog itself. We're going to accomplish the mission and advance and find out what happens in the next area. More death and destruction. It seems the engineers here were generating steam for power or something similar. We'd better repair all those storage tanks and fill them with steam. So somewhere there's going to be a terminal. I also want to check on... Did we just get... damage? This is shooting speed 5. Here is... No, this is bullet productivity. Where is bullet damage 5? Because it said we got that. Oh, I guess the other place we can check that is in the bonuses? I think, is that 5? That still looks like 4. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, we've got a couple of walls. We've got some iron ore. We've got some coal. We've got... what looks like the terminal over here. These are probably the steam tanks that we need to build. We also didn't bring... We brought a bunch of wall with us. Terminal. Do we need to... Did we get... Yes, so this belt still exists and has stuff for us. This substation is also bringing the power from the previous area, and then we just need stuff. And we are not even going to worry about that stuff yet. We are instead going to worry about, yeah, getting this belt of stuff out, and then I think we want to keep this running? Sure. Actually, the thing we do want, we want to do a blacklist filter for copper and just start getting all of that stuff in boxes. And then we also over here want to start processing gears into belt. Over the other side of this wall, we're going to attempt to respect the wall gun turrets. Okay. And then I think over here we just run, okay, maybe not there, everything else into more boxes. And yeah, we are not going to really worry about exactly what the mission criteria is telling us to do yet. First, we just need to worry about getting everything back online in the new area. And we do have, yeah, so we've got coal, we've got a place where we can be doing power grid stuff. Oh yeah, maybe we should connect to the substation that's actually where here connects the substation. Okay, so we can get all the stuff. Do we want more steel? We probably want more steel, so let's run that in here as well. I hope we didn't, yeah, mess anything up in the last area. Oh yeah, we've got walls on this belt as well. Okay, not walls, but brick, and we don't have anything to do with brick other than walls yet. I would also like to, yeah, actually, you know what? All of the stone can turn into bricks, but we would enjoy having walls. So yeah, a bunch of these, and then also bullets, and then also grenades. Sure. Okay, so what do we even want to do in this place? We are in this area. We are going to get attacked from all directions, and we probably need to start putting these bunkers back. So I guess that's why we were interested in... Oh yeah, we also need to empty this belt off before we get any copper. And the only copper we've got is down here. So that's super cool. And then, yeah, a lot of hand mining. We don't have bots. We were not in a position to bring down any bots that we... actually, can we? Yeah, we were not in a position to bring down bots from orbit because everything explodes. And what we're going to do with this iron is a couple of, I guess, 3. We can fit 3. Yeah, because we can't bring anything down from orbit. Okay, then we've got to put this in a different place. It's fine. Because we couldn't bring down any items from orbit, we actually don't have any personal bots. So we are going to have to hand manage all of this stuff. Also interesting is, okay, we've got enough coils on us to be able to make a bunch of these poles, which is fine. Hopefully this doesn't explode. It doesn't, that's good. And then, why did we... Oh yeah, because we've been mining these dudes. Sure. Okay. Yeah, if we had personal bots, we could be doing this differently, but we don't. So, this is going to have to go here and then also here, and now we have some grenade production. Let's put this stuff in a box as well. Yeah, I think we're going to need... I think radars are going to be important with this area to be able to see where and how bugs are spawning and arriving. And I actually have a feeling that we might just straight up lose the game if those steam tanks are destroyed, which we have not really worried about yet. Oh hey, oh, and also, yeah, other things that are fun. There is a... Okay, so that's the first bug hole. One of the things this mod adds is a delay to gun turrets. We can no longer... Like, we did the quick little fast loading thing that I'm pretty good at, but none of those gun... Oh, actually, let's actually show this. Yeah, none of these gun turrets are working yet. There's a little timer that has to warm itself up, and then those gun turrets will work. So that is a cute thing to be aware of that will no doubt cause some trouble later. Where here? It does not connect. Let's go here and here, whatever. Okay, so we've got a whole lot of belt. We are starting to get some bricks through. I don't think we're going to need this many furnaces. Why are you... Oh, because we've also got down here. Let's add stone to the blacklist for these inserters. And then all the stuff is going to be super useful. Yeah, we want to... Can we actually just go furnace, fuel all of these guys, double thing here? Yeah, so there's a little bit of time before the bugs start attacking, but now they are attacking, we will just continue to see them. So, okay, good. Now we're starting to get copper through. This is nice. This is what we wanted. We've got, this is going to be smelting fuel. Maybe we put some more power grid here. We will want over here, we've only got 4... Okay, having only 4 gun turrets on... Okay, fine. There we go. We handled that. Having only 4 gun turrets does not feel good, but whatever. And yeah, repair packs I'm pretty sure we should have. Yeah, and then actually you are going to make me green chips because I've got some of that stuff in my inventory. And then, yeah, should we get up a smelting line? We should probably get up a smelting line. We are going to get attacked from multiple places as well. Oh, there's cliffs here. Okay, so we don't necessarily need to worry about getting flanked and having these steam tanks destroyed. Steam power for something similar. We better repair all those storage tanks and fill them with steam. Okay, so we don't necessarily want steam tanks here. This thing, when we power it, is probably going to tell us, yeah. So in the first area, we realized there were a couple of ways of enjoying objectives. Some of those were that we need to build certain things on the map in order for them to count towards our objectives. I don't know that that stronger explosives take is ever going to complete. I think a lot of the military... Yeah, I think the military science was just box-fed, and oh well, never mind, not going to worry about it. I do have... Yeah, I don't actually want all of these explosives. I would rather have... Can we go here? And can you make me gun turrets? And with that, can we go gears, iron plate here? I think this is going to do mostly what we want. I think it's going to be fine. Let's upgrade some of these guys. The grid we have from our other area, seeing more dudes arrive, that's pretty fine. Yeah, I wanted all these repair packs because we did grenade our own turrets, and they were actually really close to death. Okay. Is that some other... Oh no, this is the copper over here. I saw this color on the minimap and wondered whether we were already getting flanked. Okay. So, yeah, there are some similarities to the wave defense scenario, and then there are also some differences. One of the differences being... Yeah, similarities being we... Yeah, we're probably done with these. Do we have more gun turrets? We have 4 more gun turrets. That's nice. Let's upgrade these assemblers. Let's make sure we get the stone in here. Walls, steel. I guess we are going to keep just handcrafting. Actually, gun turrets and then grenades and then, you know, useful stuff. Yeah. Similarities with the wave defense mode include a constant stream of dudes, not having to build research, having to build particular construction goals. Wasn't iron? Iron was over here. Okay. Yeah, having to build particular construction goals to complete the scenario rather than having to do any particular research. Yeah, I just wanted to move that off the path because we are going to allegedly attempt to respect the path in this place, but we also still just want to kick all of that into walls. It's going to be fine. Yeah, and there's more stuff arriving over here. We've got some steel here, got some bullets. Inserters are the things we actually need, aren't they? And then we also have a whole lot of copper, which is not entirely surprising. Okay, here we would like to attempt to move the copper into 2 distinct boxes, because it looks like we're going to be banking a whole lot of copper, which is cool. Wait, what did I want copper for? Was it more gun turrets? Have we just automated gun turrets? Are we in a position to just straight up go and build the things we wanted to now? Maybe. What I did want was an additional layer of gun turrets over here, so we can just make this a little more resilient to splitters. We're going to double wall all of this stuff. We're going to get middle walls so that any bugs that want to attack us have to work through quite a lot of stuff. How many? Yeah, all of that is a decent number of bullets. Okay, experiencing more bugs in more directions is a thing we're going to have to deal with. I don't have enough green chips. I wonder if there's a place down here. I mean, and obviously there is. I think we want these two to be... Do we want those to be fast inserters in, or do we just want these to be fast inserters out? I think we want these to be... Yeah, fast inserters. Where can we... Could we go... I'm trying to figure out if there is a disgusting and awful place, and I believe I can find one where I can go coils into green chips. I think this is going to do what we want, and I think we even put this stuff back on the same belt, because why not? Yeah, let's make some of these guys. We're going to handcraft... We're going to just force our way through, yeah, getting a couple of chips, getting a couple of fast inserters so we can make this setup work. And it does look like we might be turning into a full sushi build, which I am not necessarily sad about. Let's make these copper. Let's also make these copper, because we didn't need anything else here other... And then if all of these guys are going to be copper, I reckon we can go fast inserter, normal inserters here. And then we are just... Yeah, we've just got a whole lot of copper. Actually, this inserter is going to need to be a fast inserter as well, because this is going to be the box that's feeding these gears. These gears are going back on... Are these gears going back on the belt? We are prioritizing iron into grenades. We're going to need to get more iron smelting over here. I thought we had more iron than that. We do still have radar coverage. We should have iron coming through here. Oh, we're blocked on... Really? We're blocked on coal usage. That's fascinating. Which we can improve by increasing our power grid usage. So we're going to do that. Yeah, give me all these things. We are going to want... What do we even want to build, I guess is the question. Yeah, so the reason why we wanted all of these green chips, and I guess give me all these green chips now, is because I'm pretty sure we wanted green chips to be able to unlock the next part of steel, copper, 125 green chips. Yeah, it's just the green chips we need. And actually copper cable as well. Interesting. We've got vastly more steel than we need. Okay, that's all fine. Yeah, we need to use more power grid. We need to use more power grid to get 3 bullets, whatever. Yeah, we need to use more power grid to get more of the coal through, because we also can't... I mean, we can probably remote view this stuff, so if we wanted to, we could... Yes, we could have set up some stuff to be able to let us adjust... that's... Okay, so we're getting a small amount of iron through because it's set up on the mixed stuff, which was always the plan, but we need to actually use... None of these boxes are limited? Okay. Yeah, we need to make sure that all of the coal is coming off this belt so that we can get the iron through, because we need the iron. The other thing we can do is just also mine more iron here, so I guess we get on that. And, yeah. Doing all this hand mining. These rocks, I believe we cannot... These rocks we can mine. In the last area, the rocks on the hill were not able to be mined. So it's interesting that we have this vast area of coal rocks that at this point might be a trap. We might actually not need them. I also suspect that the areas in between here, I suspect we never use them. I suspect that the reason why we're doing... Yeah, I suspect that the reason why we need these special linked belt things are that the areas we will be using will be spread out, partly so that we can't necessarily scan the next area before we have finished in the first one. The other thing I did, I was going to take the... Oh, can we get landfill? Could I please have a bunch of landfill? Yeah, there were a whole lot of fish in the first area that we also didn't take. So realizing that there are more fish here is nice. That's the thing I kind of overlooked. We're going to go power pole here, and then we can get some more of these dudes in, and then a bit more. Yeah, we're just going to continue hand mining these rocks in order to get the landfill we need. 10 bits of landfill, is that enough? To put landfill through here to... Okay, not all of that we're going to bother with, but some of this we're going to bother with. Okay, so somehow we want to get some coal through here, so we're going to run it underground like so, because why not? Oh, that's what, yeah, the other reason why we're not getting any iron from the other areas, because we're turning all of that... Yeah, okay. The other thing we actually need is copper cable for... Actually, for a number of things. For all of our power grid as well. Yeah, we're going to need more of these guys. We're going to need... Where are we going to do this? I guess we do the smelting over here. I think we actually do the smelting in several places. I think we have... is this more than... This is not... Mining productivity is more than half a belt, but not really. Okay. With that in mind, we probably want to run this through like so. And we're just going to start making a mess. Yeah, so we're going to have... wait, wasn't there a... Oh, there was a pattern where we could get... Yeah, every 4 furnaces we needed a pole. That's fine. Okay. Hand few of these to start with. We also are going to have more coal than we need. And then I think the plan here is we run the coal on the inside of this belt. We run this iron to the other side over here where we continue to do more smelting. We grab these plates and continue making the inserters we need to have this run. And then over here we want to go iron on the left. This coal joins here, and yeah, this is a thing that I'm pretty happy with, because now we've got coal on the inside of this belt, and this belt over here will be a lane where we can put... How many did we add? 12? So we've ended up with a half lane of iron smelting, which is a thing to aspire to and be happy about. And then, yeah, so we're going to have a belt of iron here. Here's where the other collection will arrive. That's fine. How much of the sushi... How much of this are we going to do as sushi, and how much are we going to do as an actual solid build? Unclear. Anyway, I think we change our mind about this. I think we run this way, because down here... Yeah, I think we go splitter here. We run some of this straight in, and we build some more processing based on it. And then the rest of the iron we run... We can actually run all the way through here, can't we? Yeah, so we've got some number of gun turrets. We've got 10 gun turrets, which is great. I've seen that we are being flanked by some of these guys, which is fine. We've run out of bullets here. We've got a little spitter bug. We've got a... This looks like a legendary spitter bug. Fascinating. Still dies to a combat shotgun. Oh yeah, we've got 3 we've got 3 bug panels up in the top now. So we need to work on our ammunition manufacturing, which I think also means these 2 guys disappear. This bounces to the side by 1. Upgrade some assemblers. We should have more iron coming through now, because we should be smelting a half lane of iron, and some of it should end up down here. Okay, can we have... Yeah, I want these coils, I want these gun turrets. Do we have any chips over here? We've still got... Yeah, we're just going to continue handcrafting these things. Defender capsules probably also a really good call. Make sure these guys are fueled. Make sure these guys have... I was going to, yeah, kick things into my queue. I believe... Actually, probably we don't. Probably we are short on... If we are short on iron plate to get this terminal online, we can just cancel the grenade craft, right? Why did I queue those? You don't have the required materials, iron gear wheels. So we've geared chips, coils, we are... Well, we would need, you know, we're good for coils. We just need a couple more iron gear wheels, which... this is silly. There we go, we fixed that. And get this coal out of my inventory. We're still not getting any more iron plate through, so we actually haven't unjammed... Yeah, here are my gears. Oh wait, let's limit some boxes. I was hoping that we would get a little more defenses online before we started dealing with these guys again. Whatever. So medium spitters are here. Yeah, do we need to automate some bullets out to the patch? I hope not. Anyway, we should now have the gears we need to make to repair this terminal, and having done that, we should remember that we need to bring it power. So we've also got these big poles. That should do a good enough job. We're still mostly getting attacked in one place. That's nice. And then... Okay, whatever. We're going to use one of these to... Okay, so here... Yeah, here is a ruined pipe. This pipe we will be able to put back, and then here is the belt that we will... Really? Charging! Okay. That took me a while to figure out. We're going to come back later. It's going to be fine. Do we want... I think what we want... is... Okay, first of all, can we get... We can't sneak it through that way. Which means if we ran this underground, we would be able to have some side loading to get this coal out, because I would like to get some of this copper mined, because I've decided that a thing we are going to build, and I think we maybe set this up... Yeah, I think we set this up to maximize... how long we expect this mining to last, because I think the plan is still going to be... can we put it here? Yeah, I think the plan is still going to be... We are going to attempt to... hopefully we left enough on there. There was always a couple of guys on this side attacking bits of wall, weren't there? Ah, these guys are actually outranging my turrets. Fascinating. That is not what I expect. So does that mean we have to manually defend this stuff all the time? That would be interesting. Or get some... Because we do have... Yeah, we do have... We do have quality. Because this is space age, so we could in fact build some quality gun turrets to get longer range, except that we can't because, yeah, reasons why we can't have any quality gun turrets are that we haven't found any petrochem yet, so we have no way of building... Yeah, so we have no way of building the red chips here, and we also can't drop red chips down. So with all of that, we cannot actually get the... Let's run this up to... We've only got 8 furnaces. Okay, whatever. We're gonna... Oh, we guess we've got mining productivity as well. Yeah, we're gonna put this... We're gonna do this many. Okay, so we've got some copper here as well, and then I think we wanted... red ammo? Just one on red ammo? I think what we do is we go... Oh, we've already also got a whole pile of steel in the inventory, don't we? I think we're just going to go here into this. So we've got ammunition on the belt, and then we can have... Yeah, maybe we do need to bolster our ammunition production somewhat. We should have half a lane of ammunition turning up over here, which should be fine. And then, yeah, we are going to need... Okay, we don't have that many basic inserters, so we're going to spread this out a little. Yeah, red ammunition is cheaper now, so we are going to leverage that. And we've also got a pile of boxes. We've got a pile of steel in various places, which we're not going to worry about in too much detail, and now we should be able to have a couple more inserters, and then I've got, yeah, all this coal is not necessarily something I need, which we can, oh yeah, all of this coal is coal from this area, isn't it? Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's do it this way. Let's have one box of red ammunition. So now we have red ammunition as well. Yeah, these guys are kicking a pretty good hole in my wall. And we also don't have the tools to defend, like the flamethrowers are things with longer ranges, radar turrets are things with... radar turrets? Laser turrets are things with longer ranges. We don't have any of those tools yet, and unless we have petrochem in this area, we don't have a way of defending at range. And so, we are going to decide that a couple of pipes, get the some amount of gun turrets. You can also grab iron from here, and then you can also grab iron from here, and now we should have... yeah, we're going to leave it like that. It's going to be fine. Yeah, these guys are still probably struggling with their range. Getting outranged by spitters feels pretty bad. Okay. Yeah, we've got these engine assemblers so I can get myself a car. We've got this red ammo. I think a cheeky thing we are going to do is 36 gun turrets, a bunch of this stuff, that's all fine. Materials are... yeah, we still need to be increasing our... oh yeah, we built the radars. This is a thing that will also increase our power grid usage. Let's just... yeah, the other way to figure out what is in what place, other than by using the car to go and scout things. What do we actually need? We need underground belt, underground pipe, a couple of big electric poles, and then we need to build a bunch of stuff, which is all fine. We need 30 storage tanks, we need a bit of power grid here. That's going to bias the power grid towards this area rather than the last area, but all of that is fine. Okay, we are going to be handcrafting poles for a while. We're going to get these as well. We wanted the underground pipes, which means that over here somewhere... and you guys have run out of steel. Interesting, we didn't actually give you an automated steel source, but whatever. I guess that's one of the consequences of all of this being cheaper now. Yeah, we are going to want pipe somewhere. Can we get... can we hack in a nasty pipe here somewhere? I think we can. I think we can go... do we not have... interesting. Do we need to throw a couple of grenades to help keep this safe? Yeah, because somehow there's always still a dude that's attacking a piece of wall. Okay, so we're going to go and set up some pipes into underground pipes. I said pipes into underground pipes, and then we ended up getting the wrong recipe here. Okay, that's fine. Really? In that case, get me a couple of these, and then, yeah, so we've got a large number of the things. Yeah, we are not bringing that much iron through because we are actually not. And then we're also not getting the iron past the grenades. I don't think we worry about that. I think we... You're not actually going to have range on this thing. That's a little bit annoying. Could move you this to here. This is... Okay, no, this is... Yeah, we're just going to do it this way around. And then use filters for grenades. I don't think we need that many grenades, to be honest. I think at this point we are just... okay, maybe let's not cut off all of our power supply. I think we just turn the iron from the other base into pipes, like so, because we needed those pipes. I think this coal can run around here and be fine. Why did you not have... Okay, you can have... Actually, I don't think we... Do we do the green chips differently using this other source of iron? Maybe. Okay. The thing... Okay. Give me these things. Give me the car, which also needs the iron plate. Do we have iron plate? 2 cars, so we've got a backup car. These guys are fine. Oh, we're out of ammo. Okay, we do need to design this wall differently because the point of all of these cells at the front is that we want the bugs to be working through all these other bits of wall as they're being shot by the other turrets. But if they get into this, it's like the turrets in the rear are the ones we don't want them to be attacking. But also, we're just going to be cheekier than that. We're going to get... We're going to go and put some gun turrets next to the bug holes and see if that does anything. And it looks like this is the extent of the area we have to play with this time, which is fine. We have a little bit of a lag spike there, also fine. Okay, because I think one of the things I was thinking about with this... Yeah, with this mod pack is how cheeky we can be. And are all these gun turrets red because we've put them in illegal places, or red because we don't have... Yeah, so these... No ammo. Give these guys all red ammo. Says working. All of, like, this red area is interesting and new, and I'm wondering if the mod is going to complain about us having these gun turrets in places that are too close to the spawn, because whether or not we can get out in front of the biters... Oh, works fine. Okay, so the other one thing I was wondering about is whether or not the bugs appear from everywhere or whether they all come out of the holes. And I think what this means is, based on what we just saw, I think we can solve... Actually, maybe these ones get to stay. We got another 19 turrets. We want a couple of turrets over here with this similar pattern. And give these guys all bullets. We want to double wall this whole thing. And then walls over here as well. We do need to build a bunch of steam tanks. What should we... Yeah, let's be making some of that stuff. We've got another 12 gun turrets. I think 7 there, and then 4. These ones might get overwhelmed. We are not sure, but pushing... Actually, do we have... Yeah, we don't even have range over... We don't have range over the... Like, the turrets at the back will not be able to assist the turrets at the front. But the idea is if we can drop all these turrets like right in the faces of these bugs, we will have problems if, okay, so in a number of ways. Number one, if and when we get new bug holes from new directions, we will have to build new collections of turrets in other places. And also, when spitters spawn, they might immediately start attacking our gun turrets, which could be a little bit of a problem. Is this... I don't think this is quite enough pipe, is it? Do we have... Yeah, we're still going to do this hand-feeding stuff because it's fine. Give me these back. Give me, yeah, decent amount of bullets. Copper has filled up. Iron is still going in a way that we are happy with. Oh, we should... did we get radar coverage? We did get radar coverage. And from all of these corpses, it does look like we are managing to handle it, which is nice. So let's see if we can repair some of these things. We should have enough big power poles as well, and then we need to build 30 storage tanks. We need to store steam, we need to build a power grid, and then we need to connect steam here, is what I'm hearing. So that means we need to just go and build a... We need to build a power grid, for which we need iron, which we don't necessarily have. These guys, I don't think we want to store yellow bullets at all now. I think we're just going to raise our standards and only be dealing with red ammo, which is definitely a call to make. Okay, yeah, give me all this stuff back. Do we have gears? How many gears do we have? And do we need this many gears? We are going to need... Yeah, a bunch of power grid. That's actually a whole lot more than we need, isn't it? And then we also need pipe, for which we just need iron. Okay. We don't have more than half a belt of coal here, so I'm pretty happy that the coal running all the way around here... where are we? I guess we can put power grid here, and then... Because my vibes do say, especially based on this destroyed wall, that we will need to defend from other directions as well. Oh hey, and then also maybe we were worried about those gun turrets running out of ammo. Yep, that's what happened. But you know, grenades are pretty strong. Also, should we just... Okay, so that actually did what it was supposed to, in the sense that all of these bugs spent all their time destroying... Yeah, we got a couple of alerts because a couple of gun turrets were destroyed, but then the walls between these turrets slowed down the bugs as they were trying to shoot everything else. So, that is what we wanted to happen there. These turrets we could probably also move, but I think we want to... Wait, did we ever actually... We never limited this box of turrets, so I don't think we want that many turrets, which is fine. Give me these things because, yeah. Give me this back. You guys can keep going with your stuff. We're going to move some of these turrets, which is definitely a call to be making if we get some other... All the bug holes are still in this general direction, which is a thing that we like. And then we've got a lot of gun turrets, so I think we're actually going to go... I don't know what happens if we get bugs directly underneath the turrets, and that is a thing we are... we're going to explore and test. It's going to be fine. We're going to learn things about what happens if bugs get too close to the turrets by just putting all the turrets in the bug faces. Okay, okay, maybe not multiple layers of wall here. We need to go back and get more wall as well. We should have wall. Okay. Okay. That's all fine. Yeah, and then... Because also if we can build the walls over the other side to encourage the bugs to run in the other direction, then we should be able to have... Yes, 700 wall, that's pretty nice. We should be able to get more of our turrets into the fight is the plan. Like, if we can have more of these bugs... Why do I have not much ammo? I guess because they're using it. I guess because we went to red ammo, which is somewhat less efficient. Yeah, if we can have some bugs in the middle trying to attack the other side of this thing, then we'll have more turrets doing the shooting, which is going to be cool. Okay, so we've got... I needed some offshore pumps, and then we just need to build the rest of the steam engines, and then we will be able to be done in this area if we continue to hand feed. Yeah, this is why we didn't have... Actually, I think we are done with these chips at the moment, because we do have chip manufacture in the other area, and I don't know that we need all of it. Anyway, underground pumps. We're going to double pump this. We don't need to double pump this, but I do like having that kind of resiliency. And then we're going to move over here and set ourselves up. That's going to be kind of an annoying line, isn't it? Let's take this. How far can we get this? We can get it here. This strikes me as a better place to be able to have a couple of... But we also need steam in the tank, so we are going to have pipes underneath here, pipes here, and then start to build the power grid in this direction. Have we... Did we run out of ammo again? A little bit. There's just one splitter doing a thing. It's fine. We're just going to keep building. Okay. We want a splitter. Do we have the parts to make a splitter? Yes. We're still going to be losing some things over there. We are not super concerned about it. This coal feed, of which is still only half a belt, is going to run through here. We are going to need more power poles. Okay, and then also tanks we needed as well. These guys are doing a bit of a thing. Yeah. We do still have resources we weren't... Oh no, wait, I want to keep that because we want to make a bunch of tanks. Yeah, we still do have the issue that's not entirely unexpected, or having just a variety of resources that we can't stop. Okay, so the bugs were attacking the walls and hitting the turrets as a result, or something. I'm not super concerned. Yeah, we're just going to triple wall. This is going to be fine. Oh yeah, and then also can we... what is... Are these bug holes... They are. Interesting. Okay, so what I think happens if we get bug holes underneath our turrets is that just all our turrets will just get destroyed when the bug hole appears, which is going to be a little bit of a thing, but never mind. Okay, give me all of these back. Give me all of this. We were only ever putting gun turrets in here. The steel is over here and over here. Yeah, what are you even worried about? Oh, it's the medium splitters is hitting a turret, of which we are not super concerned yet. We just need to make a bunch of tanks. Maybe we even put... Is it down to steel? Maybe it is down to steel. Maybe we also just have a little cut in here, while the thing that we are doing is just making tanks. So I think now we have, that should be 6, and then all of the tanks we need, and then I think we're just going to attempt to craft some inserters and stuff like that, because building out the next area might be helpful. Another 143 assemblers? Or another 93 inserters? Sure, that's all going to be useful. Okay, let's put these tanks down, and then, yeah, we've still got some red bullets, yeah, walls. Still not the most effective thing we can be doing against the small arachnids that we're seeing, I think. They're not the most effective. Okay, they used to be. Their effectiveness has got better with the recipe change. I think that's all of them that we need. We should now be able to see that we are just waiting on... Oh, we've also got to connect the steam. Connecting the steam is totally a thing we can do. Does this mean that in the next area we are not going to get any water? Which is a thing that we can totally handle now, because we're here. Act like you know how pipes work. I hope there's a pump somewhere so that this... Okay, no, these are just different fluid systems. And this is technically a pump, so it is going to divide the fluid network, so we don't have to care about how far away this pipe is from the fluid network that's going to use stuff on the other side. But we are now just waiting to... Connect fluid here, steam. Why do we no connect fluid here? Steam. Okay, so now we... Okay, so maybe that depended on the connect fluid here. Yeah, so I had 2 brainwaves as I was pottering around with this thing. The first is that we want to move on to the next area. Let's actually just take some more bullets over to... Yeah, and as we're talking about how red bullets are not super effective, let's just grab all of these yellow bullets as well and take them over to the walls, because we're going to move on to the next area, because we are done here, but we're also going to reorganize everything to export what we want. And so... Oh yeah, these guys. Can we just wall them in? Maybe we can wall them in, I don't know. Oh, you're actually kind of low on ammo here. So these bug storms are getting pretty intense. I think we should also just continue to wall in here. And yeah, probably leaving sooner rather than later is going to be a thing. But, yeah, we are kind of lucky that we haven't experienced any other bug attacks in any other places. Probably I could have helped shotgun these guys, but whatever. Yeah, I think we... Oh yeah, I had the... That's all the ammunition we brought. It is. Let's... I don't think we want steel furnaces yet. I think we'd rather have walls. Oh, wait, why have I got this ammunition? All of this is ammunition that we can have in here. And then we can just also attempt to... Yeah, I've built such thick walls that we are making it difficult for ourselves to get in here. The goal of these are just to, again, slow the bugs down, make them punch through other walls. It's going to be fine. Okay. Yeah, the realization, 2 realizations of things we can do. First of all, this line of stuff coming out, we actually want to run over to the new area, because we would like to take the exports of the first base into the exports of the second base. And the second realization is this base down here. We are blocking everything on the mixed mining because of the iron. Yeah, we are blocking the iron because we're mixed mining all the coal. So I think we just deletion planner every single coal miner that isn't mixed. And because this is out of range, these guys are going to stop working, but everything else is still going to progress. As long as we are, yeah, using some of this coal, as long as these outputs continue to flow. And so... and then we can also run down this coal buffer. I don't think I'm standing next to it yet. We kind of need to go so this area doesn't get attacked anymore. But we can come back and undeletion plan these so we can get more iron out of here. And then I think we want to work on progressing... You guys have found out you guys are all completely out of ammo. Yeah, I think we've got enough grenades. Not just for this, but just generally. Oh, it ran into a bug hole. Okay. We actually haven't left enough ammunition over there at all. Interesting. And I don't know that we have the ammunition manufactured down here. So, yeah, we want to rearrange all of this so that everything here also ends up on this belt, which is going to go to the next area. And then, similarly... because we are not super concerned about taking up the space because we're not going to be here for long, he said, making a mess. I think we also just want to put everything back on the belt. But the thing is, this is also all going to jam up until we are in a position where we can actually unpack this belt. So this, yeah, walls, why would I have so much? Yeah, somewhere down here I had, actually all of these boxes also don't want to be here, because, yeah, we would rather this ran around the other way and put things on the belt that we will then be taking to the next area. And then all of this belt stuff, yeah. We don't actually want any of this. I think we want to take a decent number of underground belts with us and also have a decent number of power poles because we're going to need them in the next area. And then we kind of need to make sure that we're actually just straight up not going to have enough ammunition at this point, are we? All of the turrets are going to be out of ammunition. Yeah, I can hear the newer turrets firing. Probably that helped a little bit, but yeah, this entire facility over here crashing into our own walls? Oh no, we're crashing into a bug spawner. Okay, so this entire position is getting overrun, which I think means we need to just... Not the car. Okay, you guys killed the car. Good job. Yeah, I think we need to get out of here before the next attack arrives. The thing is, we also wanted... What way can we... We need to get steel in here as well, don't we? Okay, we're going to pull all of this back. We are going to assume we get some amount of steel on this belt. We can get steel on this belt eventually by... not in this position, but all these other positions, we should be able to put things on and off this belt. And then we should be able to make some steel. More steel. Not there. And yeah, we really need to get out of here at this point because we are going to get overrun pretty quickly. This ammunition can also just go on. I don't actually want to put the ammunition there. I want the red ammunition manufacturer to end up... Yeah, all of this stuff we kind of want to take with us. We're putting walls back on the belt, maybe. We're putting... We can put a bit more steel on this belt. And then somewhere I wanted red ammunition to also be going on the belt. But at this point, I think we are... Oh yeah, we are just straight up not sufficiently defended. Do we have the grenades for this? Maybe we have the grenades for this. Okay, so we just lost all those gun turrets, and we no longer have any gun turrets. So I think we want to... Yeah, leave some of these things here. Put a little bit of bullets in them, because I'm not sure that we're going to get away before the next cycle. The downside of this is we also don't have... Yeah, all of this stuff is backing up, which is a little bit of a shame. These guys also... should be able to get iron and copper from the belt, but also might not be able to. These guys didn't want to be here. And then maybe I think we also want to upgrade to red belt, because the thing is this line here is going to drive straight into the next area. But the other thing I would like before we leave is to be able to go yellow bullets into red bullets on both sides. And just start putting bullets on that belt. And then I think we have to run away. I think we have to run away before we get the next attack, because I think that would be pretty terminal. And so we're down to one car. We've got a new kind of lab. It looks like the strange pathogen lab was built to study these arachnid creatures, but the research was never completed. We must finish it to uncover the source of these attacks. There's no way that ever goes wrong. And what I would like to do at this point is find the next terminal. Is this the next? This is an assembler. I would like to find the next terminal. Is it over here? It is, because that's also where this belt is going. Did we bring with us... Sure. Yeah, this belt, and I think we want to attempt to continue this plan for every subsequent time that we build this base out. I think we want to have a methodology of putting everything on this belt. Yeah, taking things off this belt, putting things back on this belt. We also should eventually get wall on this belt. Yeah, we've got a lot of copper here, and then the other reason why we've got a whole lot of fast inserters, yeah, just get rid of all of that, deal with all of that stuff, is we want to be able to keep this belt flowing, and one of the things I think that means is we've got to have, so this collection of inserters here will end up being the main store for everything we do. So we box all of this stuff. Can we repair this immediately? No, because we don't have the steel coils, 250 gear wheels. We don't have the gear wheels. We do have the chips. So I think we may have also left some stuff behind in the previous area that we kind of wanted, but never mind. Not going to worry about that. Yeah, you guys just get stuff. I've also got inserter capacity bonus as a tech already, so we shouldn't really have to worry about that. And then you guys are going to, yeah, grab all of that stuff. I wanted some more furnaces, and then we have to get... Do we have to get mining here? Is that there's only a tiny amount of iron here. Yeah, so we need to be cleverer and cleverer about how we process this stuff coming out, which is also not a thing I think we are going to be able to do. Can we repair? No, we are still... we were 2 gears short. Okay, repair. And then we can... Oh yeah, it's charging. It takes a little time to charge. We should be able to look at the previous area and see whether or not everything is built up. And we also are not taking materials off the belt fast enough for this red ammunition to get through, which means we're also not running all of this iron, which means all of these guys are also not getting their stuff through. Okay, we can deconstruct this planner so we're not putting as much copper on the belt. Does that also mean that down here we are... Yeah, we can deconstruct this piece of belt, which means we're actually going to block the green chips, but that's fine. All these deconstructions we're currently doing, we can reconstruct later. Okay, so things I would also like here generally include, let's get a bunch of wall here, and this is this mostly a belt declogging? Maybe? Do you now have... Can we repair the transfer belt? I think I have all the pipes and things for that, which is cool. We have to repair this lab, which requires arachnid bodies, which I guess we can pick up off the ground? Or we can make in the assembler somehow. Make work pathogen lab. Repair pathogen lab. Make work pathogen lab. Those are the same icons? Okay. Other things we're definitely going to need, because we do not have them at the moment, are bullets. So the amount of steel coming through here I quite like, because it means that we are getting... We could be going to red ammo stuff if we wanted, but we can also just do a bunch of power pole things. And then I also wanted more of these furnaces. Yeah, let's have some crafting for... the same thing. Yeah, and then also I can use this stuff over here as just a dump for other things I don't care about. Can we get all of that stuff turned into... Okay. We've only got a couple of gun turrets. We've got a decent amount of ammunition. We do not have a decent amount of ammunition. We need to have this box. Okay, I don't think we want all that many more mining jewels, but we also... None of these are grabbable? No. All of this is just... What are we complaining about? Retaining materials for construction. I don't think that's a problem. Maybe that's the thing down here. Yeah. I don't know which way we want to be defending. But we do also have more water over here, which is good. This is the... Arachnid body study. 8 arachnid bodies into a body study. So we're also going to need to connect the steam here. How do we get space science packs on this surface if nothing lands? I guess that's what the other assembler down here can do? Yes, okay, engines and steam, and we get the space science packs. We can then move the space science packs elsewhere. It would be really great if we could figure out the direction in which these bugs are coming, but I think it might also be all directions. This is a cliff. Yeah, I think we're going to have to defend on both sides. And I kind of just want to pay attention to what arrives where, so that we kind of know how to... Okay, if we also wanted engines, then the thing we could do is we can go pipes and gears here. You guys just get both things as you want them. We've already got steel on the belt, which means that, okay, there are the bugs. Reasons why it's a good idea to keep an eye on the minimap. Oh, and also this side as well. Oh, not my other car, guys. Well, joke's on you. We are also automating engines. So, this belt can go... Yeah, let's move this back a bit. Let's move this back a bit further. Yeah, let's do this the other way around. This way. And then here is a place where we can have 4 things making engines. And I do feel a little bit behind the curve at the moment in the sense of wooden boxes. We don't have wooden boxes at all. We're going to need iron boxes. Yeah, we don't have any defensive positions in place. I don't even think we have enough gun turrets at the moment either. Those are, to be fair, things we can solve. We could actually solve that by... Oh, we're not getting any copper through here. We've already got this copper. We've got these gears, which are fine. So, move this guy across, have him make ourselves some gun turrets, pass the gears over, limit this box of gears, grab my ammo, and we should now have... Yeah, let's also just quickly hack out some more of these things. Okay, so we've got a whole lot of wall, which I like. We've got a bunch of steel. Yeah, I think we're going to keep crafting. Give me this stuff so I can continue to have power balls. Get this coal out of here. Do I want this much? Actually, no, I do have to put coal in the belt somewhere, because otherwise these steel things don't get all, and they already aren't getting all, because we're filling it up from here. This belt needs to not be doing that, so that there's space for everything else to be putting things like the red ammo, but also then we need to be getting... We need to be putting some of this down, and then we need this to be override stack size 1. Yeah, I know. Over here. This key... Oh, my engines! You guys destroyed my engines! Was that a no over here as well? I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. Yeah, we've still got these guys around. We've got to rebuild everything, which is a bit of a shame, but we've also got the construction bots, so we've got all these ghosts back. Yeah, put all these things back. Okay, so we're going to need the bunkers. I should also just throw all of the gears? All of the gun turrets and things into play that we can. And there's a wall going... There's a power... Yeah, this power connection here, is this just the wire going to the next area? I think we're probably fine with it. I think we've got to put some gun turrets around places just to help defend. So, we're going to have to defend... Are they attacking... Well, they attacked this entire line, didn't they? We got bugs across the entire line, so I think we're just going to need turrets across the entire line, and I don't know that we have that many turrets. We do have a decent amount of wall, which is nice. Okay, do this. Things that would go... Actually, get these... Yeah, we're going to step it back to just yellow bullets until we get some of those imports coming through. But I'm also not sure that we're going to do that because we've only got this one piece of belt. And I think a good play is to be going up to belts that are red, so we can import more of these materials across, and then also doing a better job of... Oh, there's actually... We should... Yeah, okay, so we've got red ammo turning up here now. Why have we also not... One of these already? Okay, and then the guys on the other side are... That held? Okay, these attacks are, for the moment, lighter than I expected. I expected to get completely rolled with only one pillbox there. But I think at this point, I might even be happy... Well, I mean, that's a trap, isn't it? If I declare myself as happy and safe, then we immediately get rolled by the next attack, which is undesirable. However, did we repower... I don't remember whether or not we repowered. We did not. That's all... Oh, that's because it's broken on... It's this pole here. That's why we've not been making... That's not the reason why we've not been making engines. These missing inserters are the reason why we've not been making engines. Okay, so give me these back. Yeah, cancel the request to build a car. Give me... Oh, I already had these engines. Okay. And we can make flamethrower turrets we're not going to be able to do anything with. Give me the 2 cars back. Give me all the gun turrets. We're still working on gun turrets. All of, yeah, this coal filtering through is a little bit of a thing. We should have... I guess we're also putting wall on the belt now. The space on the belt here suggests to me that the inserters we put... Yeah, this thing over here is now turning all the stone into wall occasionally, which is what we wanted. Okay, I think we put more gun turrets over here, and I think we can probably just defend here. I was trying to figure out where we could be relative to the iron mine and protecting that iron mine. And I think if we can do this everything on and off the same belt kind of paradigm, that will make it easier to not get stuck when we're trying to leave. Yeah, because we're currently doing a bit of a build, because I guess we're figuring out how the mod works as a general play. We're doing a bit of a build and then having to rebuild. Did we not get attacked on the top? Are we getting attacked by different collections of dudes each time? That's interesting. Yeah, we're doing kind of a bit of a different build each time, before and after preparing to leave the area. And I think instead of that, it would be vastly more preferable if we could have a plan that we pretty much just... There we go. Built the... Yeah, built the thing that we wanted to automate... not here, sure, there. Yeah, built the thing that we wanted to automate. How many did we... 7? Okay, so we're just going to do a quarter lane of smelting here. Yeah, if we can build what we want to here to expand in a way that immediately just puts the results on this belt so that we don't have to reorganize the factory every time that we want to go to a new area. I think that will be generally helpful. Here and here and here, and then I'm going to need, I guess this is the spot that we're using for the long poles that are actually just here. Okay, so we should have... Continue to grab me these, get a couple more mining drills. I've picked up arachnid bodies and they spoil. And they spoil in only a couple of minutes. That's super interesting. That is a thing that we knew we needed. I think we get rid of all of these guys now. We've got, yeah, all of this coal I wanted to take. We don't have logistics bots here, so all of this stuff can go in my backpack. Do you guys down here have the bullets you need? Yes, you're also going to need more guns. Can I... Here are the arachnid bodies. Okay, so we are going to need to... Do they start They would start spoiling while they're on the ground, don't they? That's how they work. We can build lightning rods? Okay, maybe. Can we... Arachnid bodies, engine units, I need the chemical plants and the labs. So if we get some of these parts back, then I just need more steel, which we should also be shipping through, so all of this stuff I will have. Thank you. Yeah, another 5 of those. All of this stuff can go back in the handcrafting area. We've got the engines. These maybe don't spoil. We are going to need to mine some coal here so that this is a more permanent fixture later. But for the moment, I think we just dump all the coal in here, have this run a belt in here. I've also noticed the copper is right there, and I don't have any particular plans for it, but I think we also mine it because we can. Steel, I think, is going to continue to be a very important thing that we want more of, but I don't know if we want it yet. Okay, so that's going to be the copper feed, this is going to be the fuel feed, and we're going to have a lane of mixed iron and copper that we're going to figure out what we want to do with it after we get... That's going to fully mine, that's going to fully mine. Yeah, I don't know that we need all that much copper because we're still sending the copper through from the other areas. And so we're going to have a line of copper and iron, of which I don't necessarily know what we want. Do we want more belt? Maybe. We've got gears. Give me some of these guys back. Taking damage in various places, which is fine. Yeah, I think we want to figure out what it is we want to automate. And we also need to get these guys iron. There's a variety... Okay, so now we've turned some of these processes off. We're not getting the iron we want, but that's fine. We've got the 10 labs. Someone sounds like they're out of ammo. Oh no, they're just out of range. And then we've also lost the guns. And then they're doing spitter things. They're doing... that looked like a blue spider? Are we up to blue arachnids? That would be interesting. Probably reasons why we would like to get out of here sooner rather than later. But I also don't know that we're doing that this episode. And then, yeah, we've got 2 bodies. Okay, they spoil into nothing, which is fine. I also don't think that we have seen... Oh, I wanted to put more gun turrets here before I did that second wall, didn't I? I don't think we've seen any crude oil sources yet, because we can build flamethrowers, especially now we are being encouraged to make engines, and that will solve our... Yeah, it will solve our range problem, but will also allow us to build roboports, which will allow us to do a whole lot of silly stuff with deconstruction planners and rebuilding old areas and stuff like that. Yeah, so we're getting iron on here, but only if we... Yeah, I wanted to override the stack size to 1. I would like less copper here, so that everything else can continue to drift past. Yeah, because you're not... These guys are not going to be taking enough steel off here, but we should have more iron flowing through this way. Oh no, because we... Okay. We can deconstruct some of... Oh no, have we... I think we might have completely balked this. I know we can, yeah, we can let this one through. Let's also undeletion plan this one. So we can have 2 mining drills that are just doing the coal, which just fires through here, which means all of the smelting can turn back on again. Okay, cool, great. You guys are these large artillery range sizes. Arachnum medium spitter bug legendary. The bugs get legendary quality. That's why we are struggling with this range issue. That's super interesting. Okay, I think that means the thing we're going to want down here is just a whole lot of basic ammo, because we are going to need to continue to shoot things. And then I don't know that we need... We're going to run this in here, but we've also already got... You know what we want? We want a splitter here that says iron. On one side, I don't really care which, add that. And then we also want a variety of inserters that go use filters. I don't know what filters we want yet. Don't worry about it. This is just a thing we can do to make sure that we are moving materials. A thing we can change from remote view later to get the materials that we want to see. Okay, so we should now have... I think we actually turn this off. I think we have all the engines we need. unless we start doing flamethrower things. I think we're just going to limit this to a stack of engines each. Okay, we've got the labs, we've got the chem plants, we just need to find arachnid bodies. And also put bullets in gun turrets. Okay, give me all these guys back. Handcraft all of these guys, because we're going to need the ammunition, because also these guys are out. Yeah. No legendary spitters this time. And then the dude's arriving in a new position that we kind of haven't checked. Getting stuck on rocks, it's fine. They got stuck on rocks too. And we intercepted them while they attacked only a single power pole, which is completely fine. Okay, give me this ammunition. We also have red ammunition and walls over here. Yeah, get the stuff. All of this stuff, it's in this section of my inventory. I do not want to see those things yet. Maybe we could filter. I think we're going to use filters, coal and copper. Blacklist. Nope, we actually did the wrong thing. Yeah, so we would not like to see what we are calling the junk in this first box. No coal in my inventory. Okay, all of this stuff is fine. We're going to need another gun turret section over here, which is not super surprising. And then we're going to do the double wall pocket thing here as well. Kind of left space for one more gun turret, so I guess we're doing that. And yeah, I think we are close to calling an episode, because we have completed one entire area. We have a new methodology for how we want to be arranging the base. I did have, yeah, I've got this iron that I want. I mean, I'm also super tempted to try and build some defender capsules, because defender capsules are cool, but we don't necessarily have anything to do with it. I wanted bug corpses, didn't I? There are 3 bug corpses in here somewhere. I've only got 2 left and they're about to spoil, and we can use the deletion planner to find the other corpses, maybe. And then we need, oh, there's 9 on the ground here. Oh hey, I did need corpses. Thank you for bringing me the corpses that I wanted. Yeah, so that's enough of these things. You can go away. I will harvest your bodies. Super normal things. Lots of... Why are we not... Yeah, this button. Okay, you guys get in the gun turrets. This deletion planner we're never going to use again, because we do not have ghosts to worry about yet. Okay. So we've got things trickling through from the other bases. We've got our ammunition. We've got all of this stuff. Yeah, we're processing that at the rate it arrives. We've got engines built. We've got more ammunition built. We've got walls and steel. And I think we're just going to go... What do I need for this? I need more iron. Give me all of this stuff. Craft a bunch of power poles. To repair the lab, we need these things, followed by make machine work. And so... I think I am tempted to call this episode here. I think we're going to do a little check on whether or not we need ammunition. The red ammo, I'm still not sure what we're doing with. Maybe we do a little defender capsules thing. It should be pretty easy to do a defender capsules thing, shouldn't it? If we just change you to defender capsules, because I'm still thinking about responding to all this stuff. If we change you to defender capsules, we've got a whole pile of green chips here that you can have, and then we can just have a bunch of defender capsules, which I guess we put here on the hotbar, because if we are responding to things, then that's going to be a nice plan. And then, yeah, you can make this fixed number of chips into defender capsules. We've got, yeah, so we need to get some iron mining going in this location. Wait. That's not true. We've already... Oh, we're turning it all into bullets. Is everyone fine here? I think everyone is fine here. And then engines and... Oh, yeah, this is what we need the engines for. I guess we're still doing an engines thing. Steam happens in one position, which we are fine with, because we have steam... We also have water here, so we don't necessarily need this steam link, but we're going to take this steam link... I guess that's another legendary spitter thing, doing legendary spitter stuff. Is that all of the underground pipes I had? here is where this needs to be. And I don't know if we needed to power it. I kind of assumed we needed to power it, but I'm not actually sure. So, does this work now? Did we need to reactivate it? Aramos assembler. I don't know why this isn't working. Yeah, we've got a spitter. We're going to have to deal with this spitter. There we go. We dealt with the spitter. So I'm not sure why that's working, but I'm not super concerned. We got some gun turrets that are doing some defensive work. We've got a plan for having a better way of expanding from... It is powered. It is powered. There's a note about... Yeah, these guys. Yeah, 19 of these things. There is an activation about... I don't know what this alert is telling me, and it's not one of these alerts. And we should be... Oh, this machine is being... Yeah, I should actually read the things that are on the screen. Oh, we need electric engine units? How do we get electric engine units? Maybe... we're going to have to use this thing to also get steam to do something with these arachnid bodies. Do we need to go and clear some spitters out again? No? Fine. Okay, so the only thing we need is lubricant, but we also don't have... I don't think we have... Do we have a way to make... I think we are leaning on these new structures to figure out how to make the... okay, I guess... Are we going to upgrade to tier 2 ammo? I don't think we need to upgrade to tier 2 ammo. I just want to scout the lower area to check that we are... Okay, yeah, all of these walls that are in the way. Presumably when we get this far, yes, there is a break in the terrain, and we cannot actually go any further. We can't get into these other areas, which is expected, but a good thing to confirm. Yeah, we need to... Wait, did we also need to repair this lab as well? No. Okay, so we have ourselves... We can't change the recipe on any of these things. We do have module slots. We've got... The machine is broken. The materials required to repair it are all completely fine, except for the electric engine units, for which we would need lubricant, for which we have no way of obtaining it. Keep going with this stuff. We're still fine here. You are not getting red ammo. Have some of this red ammo. We're going to move that around. Okay, what other options in here did we have? Make machine work, pathogen, lab. Are we holding in all these places? We actually need some more ammunition in the top. So the pathogen lab is the one on the little rocky outpost over here. You are... No, your health pool total is too large for us to just hit you with a car. Okay. It would also be interesting to figure out how the quality of bugs escalates over time. I did want to put a whole bunch more gun turrets into my queue, but I guess we're not doing that because we're also busy making... You know what? You can make gun turrets. And then if we give you a bunch of gears, which we don't have, here are a bunch of gears. You can also give me these gears. That's going to be enough for a couple more gun turrets. You will have gears. You will have gears. Okay, so... That's fine like that. Actually, we've got... Let's do a pretty obvious thing. We've got a chem plant. Do we have a recipe to get lubricant from... We've got a recipe to get lubricant from heavy oil, which we also don't have a way to get. I was wondering whether there was going to be a mod-specific recipe that turned some of these bug corpses that we still don't have into anything else that was a petrochem source. Okay. Modules allowed, fine. I'm still... Maybe we need to power this from some other position, because sometimes buildings are finicky about exactly where they are powered from. Okay, so, there's a repair icon here as well. So we need to repair this building, which needs the electric engine units. We need to power this building, so I guess let's just, like, slap that in. We need to get space science here somehow, which needs... Maybe this counts as working? Do we need to go and defend... Oh, we've got... Yeah, we're getting multiple... Are these legendaries? Yeah, these guys are legendaries. Which is interesting, because we kind of don't have the industry to keep up with... landmines, if we can get... Yeah, the thing about giving us any way to make lubricant is if it goes through heavy oil, we can crack it into gas to get landmines and robots and all kinds of things like that that are kind of wild. Has that made... We have not made this pathogen lab work, which is a little bit of a concern, because maybe this is a mod version thing that I need to play with, or... Because we have the arachnid bodies. The space science packs... I don't think we can get anywhere other than this machine. We have all the parts, but we also need to repair the machine, which needs electric engine units. We also haven't been... Oh, let's try making a refinery. Because the refinery might have been given a recipe that can turn... Like, we checked the chem plant about whether or not there was a recipe. Why don't I have... Here, we do have. Yeah, we checked the chem plant for a recipe about whether or not we could have... give me all this stuff. Yeah, we checked the chem plant for whether or not we could... I'm also going to need green chips. We have to run around and check the damage again. Cool. Give me all this stuff. Is that enough to make a refinery? We need gear wheels, which we can grab from... we cannot grab from this piece of belt. Cannot get the body because we are full. Not unexpected. Yeah, get over here and grab this guy as well, who's just slowly working on all of our turrets. Actually, you know the way we can... Yeah, we're going to move this coal around and put it over here, because we have not automated that coal supply yet, but it's fine. Then we wanted to... Yeah, get more gear wheels. And get 2 refineries. And check out whether or not it was possible. You know what? We're going to give you a use filters for just copper, because we would like to be able to control which boxes have this stuff so that we can also re-ingest it later if we need to. And then I think in a similar way we're going to use filters coal for these 2 guys, so we can have boxes of coal, boxes of copper, these guys being, yeah, pretty full. Can we find a recipe that turns arachnid bodies... Okay, last guess, can we find a recipe in the assembler that turns arachnid bodies into lubricant? We cannot. Okay, so what are you... Oh, yeah, more of you guys. Cool. A big legendary spitter. Yeah, because I'm still not sure whether we're spending too long or not long enough in any of these places. Having to manually rebuild all these things as these big spitters turn up, a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I don't... know how we get the lubricant. Okay, where's our chem plant? Are there any other lubricant recipes? Lubricant just comes from the heavy oil. I am not seeing any crude oil on the map. We have the new resource of... We have a new resource of arachnid bodies, which isn't actually doing anything. I don't think we can drop... I still don't think we can drop anything from orbit, but that would also be a weird thing to try and figure out at this point. And yeah, we have not made the machine lab work. We have some idea of what we want to do, but we also have... Yeah, do not seem to be able to access the parts to make this work because we need the electric engine units. Yeah, I think we're going to call the episode here. Might poke around a little more to see if there's a recipe somewhere that I have missed, because we do not seem to have... yeah, let's just also work on those guys. Yeah, all of this defense is needing to get constant maintenance because of dudes like this. And we've got to visit every bunker every time and repair every bunker every time. And I guess it didn't really help that these guys were fully out of ammo. Okay, yeah, unless there's some resource that I have missed somewhere on this map, I am not currently sure how, because, yeah, coal liquefaction is also not a thing we have, because we also haven't been to Vulcanus yet. So this, and we also don't have the heavy oil to kick off this. So I don't know how we get the electric engines to make the space science to make the other assembler work. So that is an interesting puzzle. We're going to poke around a little bit more. Otherwise, we are pretty good. We have been through one area. We've got to the next area. We are continuing to learn things about Aramos Prime. Good times. Continuing to poke at this, there are some character corpses around, but they don't have anything on them. I was wondering if these were going to have some empty barrels of lubricant or something like that. So that is an avenue which we have progressed that did not work. I think I've checked whether or not there's anything on the ground, and the deconstruction planner isn't finding barrels of lubricant or anything like that. There's another corpse over here that also doesn't seem to have anything, and also when we pick it up does not give us any lubricant. Yeah, I'm not really sure how we're supposed to get the electric engines to repair that machine. The other thing I tried, which also did not work, is maybe this lake is actually a lake of lubricant, and so we drop an offshore pump and a pipe, and it's actually still a lake of water. So those were all of my ideas after, yeah, just running around the map trying to deconstruction planner everything to see if there were barrels of lubricant on the ground somewhere. Yeah, it's probably going to work out fine, but at the moment I am a little bit stumped as to how we're supposed to get the electric engines to repair this guy to make everything work. So that's pretty interesting, but I'm sure it'll work out.